Hey guys, let me ask you a question. When's the last time you've ever seen a pregnant woman walk into the room and go, "Shh, my baby is sleeping in my womb"? It's never happened, right? It doesn't happen because most of the time people don't even consider it. They don't think about that life inside them and what they're going through and what's happening with them. They don't understand that that child is sleeping like 85+% of the time inside the loudest thing on the planet. And I think that is a lot of what the abortion issue is people don't consider the child inside. And a lot of other people, I guess, just don't even consider the fact that the child can hear anything. I guess for some reason they think that because they're inside of a layer of skin, that like a woman's flesh is like a muting wall. Like nothing gets through that. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we talk to women and they don't hear shit that we say. I'm kidding, ladies. I'm kidding. I'm only having some fun. But I don't know. I haven't reasoned that out yet. Like I have this. I haven't figured out why women don't listen. But maybe with some help, like I'm making this video here, maybe with feedback and people talking, maybe we can sort it out. That's why I'm making these videos is I want people to interact. I want people to give me their ideas and their opinions. And I want people to tell me if they think I'm full of shit, say it. But I want you to tell me why you think I'm full of shit. I want you to tell me your reasoning. I want to learn something. I want to reason together. I want to sort this out. I'm not making these videos to fight or debate. And it doesn't mean that I'm just making videos for people to try to critique. Because if I'm right about something, I'm not going to step down about it until you show me some facts that make me stop. And I think that's the biggest problem people have with me is that I don't back down. I'm not going to back down until you give me facts. And then once you give me facts and you shit on my theory, then I'll consider your theory. But I'm not just going to consider your theory because you call me a bad guy or you call me a bully or because you play the biggest victim. I don't have victims. I don't see victims the way that some of y'all see victims. I know what a victim looks like. Okay? Because I've killed people for victims. So I know how to recognize a victim. Just like I know how to recognize a mistake when it comes to children. And that's what we're doing. For 40 weeks, we're teaching this life inside of us to sleep through jazzercise to train, yoga to Metallica, freaking cooking, mowing the grass, all the things that women do while they're pregnant. I have seen women do some fucking wild shit while they're pregnant. And the baby's just in there like, I know chicks that climb rocks and jam out at concerts while they're pregnant. And that baby's just in there like, sleeping away, dude. And then it goes through the most traumatic experience of its life thus far at 40 weeks. And it comes out into this brand new world. And what do? You flip the script. And now you make it completely quiet and dark. And you make it a scary fucking place for a human being. And why do I say it's scary? I don't know. Have you ever thought about it when you're by yourself and you're walking through the woods, or you're walking through a jungle, or you're walking anywhere, and all of a sudden it gets eerily quiet? What happens to you? Human instinct kicks in. That survivor instinct kicks in. You get quiet. Your breathing steadies. Your heart rate increases. Your anxiety goes up a bit. You begin to perspire and become tense. Your ears perk up and you begin to listen to things more intently. This is survivor behavior. This is what we're taught to do. When something becomes uncomfortable, we become very freaking hypersensitive. And this is what you're doing to your children. And then you fight with them. You fight with them and fight with them to teach them now that they need quiet to sleep. And it's almost disgusting because you trick them while you fight with them. Because you start out with they're sleeping 85% of the time in the loudest thing on the planet, and then they're just out by themselves and it's quiet. And for the first little bit, you love them and you care about them. So anytime they wake up and they're freaking out because they're alone and it's quiet and they're scared to death, what do? You go in and you make them comfortable. How do you make them comfortable? You move them and you talk to them. Because they're used to noise and moving around. Because that's what they were raised with. And what are you doing to yourself? You're making your life harder. Why? Because you're putting stipulations and ground rules into place that weren't there before. They weren't there for the 40 weeks you were pregnant. And they don't need to be there now. Because if you just continue doing what you're doing, the dogs continue playing, the kids continue playing, the baby will sleep. If the baby's tired, the baby will sleep. Just like the baby would sleep before. But we don't promote that. We promote this ridiculous, you got to be quiet. And then you fight because if it's not quiet and you are at somebody's house or you are at an event, then your baby becomes fussy because it's staying awake and staying awake, waiting for that quiet time to happen so it can go to sleep. And when that quiet time doesn't happen, now it's been awake for 3 hours longer than it wants to be awake. But it's not quiet, so it can't sleep. So it begins fussing. It begins becoming a pain in your ass. Whereas if you just taught your kid from the beginning the same thing that you did while it was developing for 40 weeks, your baby would sleep through everything. How do I know this? Because I know so many children that were raised in a bowling alley. I know so many children that were raised around noise. I've been raising children since I was like 13 years old. I've been raising babies with noise. I've had mothers like, hey, turn that off. Turn on the baby's. I'm a 40-year-old jarhead. And I've known since I was 17 years old, hey, babies don't like quiet and still. Quiet and still scares the shit out of a baby. And what happens? You raise your children like this, and then they grow up, and they have shitty sleep habits. Because anytime they hear a noise that's unfamiliar to them, they wake up. And they're freaked out, and they're hypersensitive while they're sleeping because any noise that's going on, their body's trying to fight it so they can stay asleep. Now people need blinders and special shades and special blankets and earplugs. And they need all this extra stuff to help them just sleep normal. When they were sleeping fine for 40 weeks, they were sleeping fine until their parents jacked them up. Why did you jack them up? Why did you change their life? Because somebody did that to you and somebody told you that's what babies like? Who told you this shit? I have a sneaking suspicion that the same people that started this bullshit nonsense are the same fucking people that are selling you the sleep aids that are killing your children. Because if you look at sleep aids, most of them are touch, move, sound. Those are sleep aids. The most popular are the little chairs that sit up and rock. Why? Because you don't realize it, but secretly, if you put your ear next to that motherfucker, it's moving and it's going. It's a constant noise. Do you know what babies are used to? A constant noise. When they're in there sleeping on your bladder, do you know what they're hearing all the time? Water just splashing around in your bladder. Food splashing around in your belly. They're used to noise all around them. Your heart beating in their fucking ear all day long. Do-do, 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 do-do. Telling you, I'm going to make the best baby sleep aid ever. It's literally going to be just this little freaking device that pins to the bottom of their crib that just sounds like a fucking bag of water sloshing back and forth with a heartbeat. Do-do, do-do. Babies are going to sleep like there's no tomorrow. And when people start buying, they go, damn, this thing is loud. This thing is annoying as shit. But my baby just sleeps like, yeah, that's called a woman. I just recorded the insides of a woman and stuck that shit to a crib. Problem solved. You don't have to have anything in the crib to kill your baby now. Common sense. That's it. Why is nobody talking about it? This is why I want to make these videos. I want people to interact. I want people to talk. I want people to reason. I sit around and I do this all the time. I think of things all the time. And I apply them to life and I see what reaction I get back from them. I have raised over a dozen children. Okay? I have 6 children of my own, adopted and biologically. And the majority of them that I've raised from the time they were kids, I raise them with noise. Even my adult children come to my house and I make noise and we just live. I don't let them complain. Hey, can you quiet? No. You learn to sleep with noise. I tell my older kids, turn on a radio, turn on a TV when you go to sleep. Just so you can build this tolerance of your subconscious to hearing noise and not freaking out. Then you can train your brain to hear certain things and respond to it. I don't have an alarm clock. I haven't had an alarm clock in 15 years. I don't use my phone for an alarm clock. I go to bed, I look at what time it is, I know what time I need to get up, I close my eyes. Am I saying everybody can do that? No. But I'm saying I can do that because I can control my mind when I'm sleeping that, hey, this is when I need to wake up. I have a very good perception of time. So when I say I need to be up in 2 hours, my body goes 2 hours and I wake up in 1 hour and 55 minutes. I wake up in 2 hours and 5 minutes, but I always wake up in that range of time. Why is that? Because I sleep sound. I sleep good. I don't have a problem. People can vacuum, people can play music, my kids can play, my dogs can fight and wrestle, and I sleep. I sleep 3 to 5 hours a day. That's all the sleep I require if I sleep during the day. Some days I don't even sleep. But I sleep so well when I sleep. Because shit doesn't bother me. Normal shit that I hear every day is the stuff I'm comfortable with. So my mind subconsciously blocks it out. I have nothing to fear from those noises. Strange noises, abstract noises that I haven't heard before will wake me up immediately. My wife calling my name will wake me up immediately. My children calling my name will wake me up immediately. My dogs barking at somebody at the door or barking at something strange will wake me up immediately. Because I haven't programmed myself with this bullshit that I need quiet and I need absolute still and I need... Because my parents didn't do that to me. My parents took me to the bowling alley to chill. I slept in the bowling alley. I slept at parties. I slept at people's houses. I slept around noise. And I slept. And your baby will too. If you don't change things up, your baby comes out at 40 weeks and you just put your baby down and continue, your baby will go to sleep. When your baby's tired, your baby will go to sleep. No matter what noise is around, nothing, they'll go to sleep. I promise. I promise. If your baby is not sleeping, your baby is not tired. Or your baby has a condition. Your baby has colic or gas or something like that. But if you take care of all those things, dry butt, no gas, swaddle them up and you put them down and you turn on a radio, NPR or something, turn on the baby monitor, put it on both ways. A lot of people don't understand that. Put that shit on both ways. Leave it on both ways. So your baby can hear you banging around in the kitchen. Your baby can hear you vacuuming in the living room. Because that's what your baby heard for 40 weeks and your baby was happy and content and comfortable in there. I'm telling you people, this is just common sense stuff that just rolls through my mind. And I don't know why we fight it as a society. Because we're ruining our children and they're growing up to be shitty adults with shitty sleep cycles because we're teaching them bad sleep habits. If you agree with this, give me a thumbs up, share it. If you've got something to add it. If you've got some different type of reasoning, deliver it. I'm not just going to shit on you for having a different idea. If you're rude and your character demands it, I'm going to treat you how your character demands. I'll treat you how you address me. If you want to debate something I say in any of my videos, debate me, please. I want this. That's what makes me sharper. It's what makes me better. It's what I learn from that. See, when people come at me and show me my ignorance, I appreciate it. Because ignorance can be educated. I can fix my ignorance and I can move forward. And now I'm a better person for it. So why would I harbor anger or harbor a grudge towards a person that pointed out my ignorance on something? Now, if you're just pointing out things I'm doing that you don't like, and you're just doing it to be a fucking asshole, well then yeah, I got a problem with you. You're not my friend. You're not trying to help me. You're trying to belittle me and berate me because you think you're better than me. Then I have a problem with that, and I will treat you as such. I don't do that to people. If you're doing something dangerous and shitty, I'm going to fucking address it, and I'm not going to be sweet about it. I'm a U.S. Marine, okay? I'm not some meek little bitch that goes around, and I'm not making fun of the meek people. I'm not making fun of you. Please, understand that. There are meek people in this world. People are different. Not everybody is a killer. Not everybody was meant to step on a battlefield and murder people. Not everybody that murders people is meant to be compassionate and empathetic. You know, that just, people are made different. Me, I happen to be a little bit of both. I'm a little bit of like country, a little bit of rock and roll. I care about people. That's why I kill people. People go, oh, that doesn't, you can't kill people to teach people killing people is wrong. Yeah, dude. I kill people to teach people there's consequences for fucking killing people that didn't do anything. That's the difference. So if you got something to say, you got some different type of reasoning, or hey, maybe you've got an answer that I haven't considered, spit it out. I want to hear it. It's going to improve me. It's at least going to give me an angle that, even if you're full of shit and you're wrong, I can smash that angle right off the top next time. I can put it in my video, hey, and this, so then the next dumbass doesn't even fucking consider that angle. They just go, oh, you know what? I was thinking that, but that doesn't make any sense either. Holy cow. That's how debates work. And I do not mind debating anyone. If I'm right, I'm right. Spit me a fact and disprove what I said. But debates are won by the first person who can't dispute the other person's facts. And dispute means you have evidence and you display that evidence and it's clear to everyone, or at least the majority. At least the majority. But just because you're like, oh, I don't believe it, that doesn't make it not a fact. That just means that you're an unreasonable fucking prick and you're on your own. I can't work with that. Nobody can work with that. And nobody wants to work with that. So maybe you shouldn't be that type of person. All right? I hope you guys found something in this. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. I wasn't really going to make them. And then somebody was like, yo, dude, you need to make videos, bro. Because every time I watch your videos, I'm hooked. I could watch you go on like a 30 or 40 minute rant. I don't want to do that. I try to keep my videos shorter. But this one is important, man. Babies are dying. And they're dying because we're doing dumb shit. And I don't think we need to do that. I think we can fix this whole sleep aid epidemic by simply just getting rid of it. Getting rid of this whole thing where we flip the script and teach our kids that they need quiet and they need tools to go to bed. When they could just go to bed and everything would be normal and they'd be fine. We raised them for 40 weeks with everything normal and they just slept normal. So maybe you just consider, maybe my baby's not tired. Maybe my baby has gas. Maybe my baby has this. And then once you've knocked out all those, you put them down. If the baby lays there and it's kicking and playing and whatever, and they're not, just leave them. But don't take away their sounds. Don't take away the things that make human beings hypersensitive. Don't take those things away because you're punishing your child and I don't even think you realize it. And by punishing, I mean you're psychologically torturing your child. And I know that sounds like a horrible thing to say. And you're like, oh, no, I'm not. No, I wouldn't do that to my... You are, though, and you don't even realize it. Because if I put you in a place and I made it eerily fucking quiet, I would be psychologically torturing you. How do I know this? Because I was in the military and I know what we do to psychologically torture people. Okay? I love you guys. Be blessed. I hope you enjoyed. Stop buying sleep aids for babies. It's killing them. Okay?